And we're live in five, four, three, two, one. Take a deep breath and hold it for a moment and relax. All right, welcome back, everyone. It's a good looking crowd out there in the ideas room tonight. Not a single person as of yet, but welcome. Wayfarer, wanderer, and wildcat alike, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission. This is your host for the hour, Frater Francis Lunas Aristaeus of the Ordo Templi Aristartes, transmitting from Twilight Zone, Old Peking, deep within the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, trapped behind the bamboo firewall. I hope you are doing well, everyone listening. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone listening, as Report of the Week likes to say. Had a bit of a transmission interruption there a moment ago due to the fact that my VPN cut out and I was left stranded on the other side of the bamboo firewall with no way to communicate. Was having a wonderful conversation with the King of Hell and even the Clown King Stefan had an opportunity to drop by with the Insanity Machine and Team Evil, so that was good to see. Um, Not sure of the audio quality on this one, guys, so I'm going to do a sound check with my phone to make sure that we are transmitting clearly and correctly. I lost my other Bluetooth microphone too, so I'm wondering if this one works at all. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please give me some feedback on the chat. Coffee with Frank Monday, 100-day challenge. Okay, it's showing that one, but I don't see that it's showing. This one's called After Party with Frank Monday. What about After Party with Frank Monday? Is that showing up? No, it's not showing up. Live. Live transmissions. Yeah, After Party with Frank Monday does look like it is transmitting on the YouTube. Not sure if it's going to work. I'm just trying to get everything dialed in here, guys. It's not wanting to respond to me. Okay, let me reboot YouTube on my phone. Looks like there might be someone out in the ideas room, or that might be just myself trying to check up on it. If you're out there in the ideas room, please give me the fives. 5 by 5, I think, is the way to get her done. Are we coming in clearly? Once again, still not showing. Okay, now it's showing up on my channel. After Party with Frank Monday. Yeah. Okay, yeah, looks like audio's coming through okay, so I'll just push on forward as if it is working correctly. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties here recently, guys. I spilled some coffee on my laptop the other day, which shorted out the keyboard, and kind of a bummer because now my mouse pad's not working correctly, my keyboard's not working correctly, and the only way I can even access the laptop, I mean, if I got a USB keyboard, I'd be fine. But if I shut the screen for a moment and then pop it back open really quick, it will give me like around 10 or 15 seconds of everything working correctly. So I took it down to the computer repair shop, and the guy told me that there was a short on the keyboard, that the keyboard shorted out when I spilled coffee on it. And I thought if maybe it dried out, it would be okay, but no, it's not. So as old Murphy's law goes, right? If it's not one thing, then it's another, and if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Everything like that, all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube's algorithms bark like Pavlov's dog. Guys, so hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and make sure you drink water. I myself am not actually drinking water right now. I'm drinking coffee. So I'm gonna have myself a cup of coffee and a hot dog. I'm just hanging around. It's my day off. It's my last day off. I'm back at the school already, though. I'm back at the dorm, and I'm gonna be getting ready to go back into classes tomorrow. And so that's good fun. I got to shave. I got to shit, shower, and shave, right? Make sure I'm looking 100% professional, and I got all my P's and Q's and orders, and dotting all my I's, crossing all my T's, all of those things. Yeah. Keep your nose to the grindstone, everyone. 100-day challenge, day 18 for me. So we're in the second 10-day. As we move into the third week, all right, or 10-day, I'm calling them a week, but they're actually 10 days long. 10 days. The next 10-day, after you've gathered some of your ritual implements, is going to be focused on meditation. Yeah. We just finished off a 10-day or we're finishing off currently. You're probably somewhere in there or abouts if you've checked the syllabus over at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. So check out the Frank Monday page on Buy Me a Coffee. There is a full course syllabus for this 100-day challenge. The daily practice for this current 10-day, the second week, is daily tarot contemplation ritual. If you're not familiar, I've taught the basic tarot contemplation ritual, right? Find yourself a nice quiet place where you can chill for a little while, 10 to 15 minutes. Do the relaxation ritual, do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and then do the tarot contemplation ritual. So basically, find a place to chill where you've got your tarot cards, hold them between your hands and relax the body, right? You can use the orb of light from the feet up to the top of the head. That's a good way to invoke a deep state of relaxation. Then you can mentally run through the banishing of the pentagram if you like to banish any type of demonic influence in your immediate area, to clean up the astral sphere around you, and to ready yourself for magic. Then I like to say a brief prayer as I hold my tarot cards and am ready to start the tarot contemplation ritual. So I will invoke the forces of heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters. Your son has a question. Please, through the system of the tarot, please respond through the system of the tarot. I will accept this response, whether it shows me good fortune or misfortune. What card should I contemplate today? Then I go ahead and draw the card, thank the spirits, right? And say, so it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Amen. You might want to, at this time, get yourself a tasty beverage, I don't know, cup of tea, cup of coffee, some water, whatever you like, lemonade. I think Elvis Presley really enjoyed lemonade. He's a lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Not exactly sure how he did that. I never actually heard it. I heard it as an echo of someone else referencing it at one point in time. Then shuffle your cards. I like to shuffle 3 times, cut the deck, and draw the card from the top of the cut. So I got my tarot cards here with me between the hands. I've done my relaxation ritual. I've done a banishing ritual of the pentagram, right? And now I'm going to cut. I actually just cut to the wands, but I'm going to cut and draw the top card. Ooh, and I drew card 0 of the major arcana, the Fool card. So can you see the Fool card in the mind's eye? I know everyone these days has their own individual preference of a tarot deck they like to use, but on Pathways of Magic, the one I recommend using is the Pamela Coleman Smith Arthur Edward Wyatt Rider Tarot deck. So they usually call it the Smith White Rider deck or the Rider deck or the Smith deck or whatever. But it was paid for and funded, and the information that went into it was researched by Arthur Edward Wyatt, a 19th century mystic who was one of the original founders of the Hermetic Brotherhood of the Golden, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. And I think it was his girlfriend at the time. I don't believe it was his wife, but she was the high priestess in his coven, and her name was Pamela Coleman Smith. She was an artiste, and she did all of the plates in that particular tarot deck. It's a very nice one, very easy to use, kind of a syncretism of old medieval art and moving into the new world with modern sensibilities, and just generally a very nice deck. If if you are studying magic for the first time, I recommend this one as an initiate deck because it represents the Hermetic tradition in that it has the symbolism of um, the Western mystery tradition that we can all, we can all unify around. It can be a rallying point for everyone studying magic. Essentially, the tarot is used as a book of arcanum. There's the major arcana, and the minor arcana. So the major arcana are the greater teachings of the magician, right? The greater forces of universal energy and archetypes and the journey of the fool's journey. Whereas the minor arcana are for lower level magic, right? For more mundane, prosaic type things. You're not calling on universal forces with that one, but if you are doing a magical ritual, you might want to use a minor arcana or two, depending on what you're trying to manifest, and then some of those minor arcana below as tangible manifestations. So if the major arcana are the more abstract archetypical energies, those um, quintessence, right? The superior forces. Then the minor arcana are the more tangible, concrete things that we can actually directly manifest into the material sphere. Yeah. So it's one of the magician's favorite tools is a good tarot deck. Interesting thing, I taught my daughter tarot at a very young age. I bought her like a kind of anime esque Wider Right Smith deck when she was just a little girl, and I used to teach her to play with them and look at them and try to learn the meanings of all the cards and stuff. And she got it. She's got some sensitivity. She's a water element. She's a starry crab. That's her zodiacal alignment. But she also has some other energies in her zodiac that I thought it would be appropriate for her to learn it. And so she's 17 now. That means she's been studying the tarot for, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years, right? And sometimes we'd sit down and I would try to hypnotize the tarot cards into her when she was really small. I'd say, take a moment to relax, take a deep breath. I'd say, that the first card is the Fool card. Look at it. How does it make you feel? It represents, I tell her all the assignments, air, the mercurial energy, right? Folly, you know, um, reaching out, awareness, and all these different things. Tell her little stories. You see the little dog, and try to get her into it. And she was, she's kind of on and off with it. But recently, she was online, and she saw some forums where people were saying, who could do a tarot reading? Who could do a tarot reading? And she just jumped in there and she's like, I can read tarot cards. And she didn't even know what was going on, really. Just kind of, she really quickly established herself. And by the end of the first day, she had made money, like over $100 US, which is around 750, 800 RMB dollars. And by the end of the day, for her tarot consultations, she was making big dollar. Like after maybe, I don't know, throughout the entire day, just playing with it on and off, with socializing with people online and doing 3 card and 5 card readings for them and stuff. And everybody was really happy and satisfied with her tarot readings. And she's like, Dad, I'm a natural tarot reader. And I'm like, No, you're not. I've been teaching that to you since you were a little baby. I said, of course you're a natural, right? But I said, you got to pay up. I said, I want 10% of everything you earn today. And she's like, why? What are you talking about? Why? Why should I pay you anything? And I'm like, number one, all those tarot decks I bought you, as birthday gifts and stuff. I said, in addition to that, I'm the one who hypnotized you into learning it and have taught you it for the last 10 years. And I'm like, you got to pay up. You got to pony up, baby. Because she's making more money than me right now. I mean, I've been on vacation, so I'm not making any money. But, and then on the second day, after she had done the tarot readings all day long, the second day she felt it and I'm like, Are you doing any tarot readings today? And she's like, No, absolutely not. And I was like, Why not? And she's like, I'm drained. She's like, I tapped out all my energy. I'm like, Oh, now you see there is a price to pay, that you do exchange, some of your spiritual energy to be able to use that magic. And she's like, because I've been teaching her magic since she was a kid. And she never really got it, but it clicked with her. She grokked it. She's like, now I get it. She's like, I truly know what magic is. And I'm like, yeah, that's magic. I said, after 10 years of study, you can put your magic to use and turning it into money if you want. That's one way to use it. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Make yourself a bunch of spending cash. She went out, she bought a pair of jeans. She treated her friends to some dinner. In fact, like on the holiday, she spent every penny she earned through doing tarot readings. And I was like, that's perfect. I said, you could save a little for a rainy day if you want. If not, spend it all. You earned it. I said, but you should pony up 10% of your old dad because that's the way it goes. First your money, then your clothes. As time flows, all shall be worn away. Yes, indeed. So good fun, good to see her blossom. And I told her to be careful. I said there are some prohibitions. You got to be wary. There's a lot of weirdos out there. Your online presence is definitely going to generate some stimulation. If you're able to earn that kind of money in a single day, then definitely people are going to take interest in you. Not only people on the internet, but also the so-called false authority of the kingdom. You know, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Everybody's going to want you to pony up at some point. I said so be happy, feel gratitude for discovering that use of magic, but realize that it's only one application and it's not the essential purpose of it. The essential purpose of learning the tarot is path working and self discovery and using it as a memory model, right? For learning the mystery tradition. So good fun nonetheless. Looks like we may or may not have a listener out in the ideas room. If you are out there and you can't hear me, please give me fives or sevens or something, whatever the kids are doing these days, to let me know that my transmission is coming through. I'm going to double check it here on the YouTube. Yeah, looks like we're doing good. So I can hear the echo through my phone. So our transmission is clear. Rory, 20 minutes into it, man, and I haven't even got into the 100-day challenge much, but I did just delineate a little bit about the tarot contemplation ritual. And for me, starting with the major arcana zero, demarcation of zero, the Fool card, the card of awareness. So we know that the Fool is outside of the regular rotation in the Fool's journey. So he or she appears both at the start of the journey and the end of the journey. The Fool card represents communication of spirit coming directly into the realm of the manifest. It's the neophyte really at the gate of initiation. Yeah. It's before and after, like I said a moment ago, but it's the bookends of the major arcana. So at the start of the major arcana, you have the pure fool who is immortal and has all magical power, but doesn't know shit, doesn't know that, right? Like a moment ago, I was in a conversation with a listener here on the last transmission, and they were talking about a girl named Danielle, I think that was her name, who was on Dr. Phil, who one catchphrase launched her into the realm of fame, stardom, and big money. She ended up cashing out on OnlyFans in 1 year of flaunting herself before the public eye. She made $50 million, right? And grabbed her bag of 42 million and went on to other things. But again, it all started with one single spell that she did. Cash me outside. How about that? Right. And so, just based on that one ghetto baby vernacular phrase, she went crazy. She became a meme on the internet, and everybody loved her. And all the PDF files wanted to have her, and all the little girls wanted to be like her. And so Hollywood used her, but she really followed through with a high level of chaos magic and manifested grabbing the bag and getting out the door before anyone got wise to what she was up to. And over this vacation, I had the opportunity to listen to dozens of documentaries on various people that have achieved success through various means. And I thought it was a lot of fun. So that's kind of the fool energy, right? You step in shit, but it's up to you whether you say, "Oh, that's an interesting pile of shit," or you say, "Oh, fuck, I stepped in shit," right? Because stepping in shit is um, just it's just what it is, right? Coming into this world, you're trading the diamond perfection of a part of your soul energy for workshopping in this prime material plane. So, contemplate the card. I like to scan it into memory, and with my eyes moving left to right, quarter inch to a half inch at a scan, scanning across mechanically and meticulously, running my eyes across every little bit of imagery. So, if you don't have a Arthur Edward White, Pamela Cole Smith, Rider White tarot, the Fool is a brilliant background sky is yellow, blazing yellow, morning sky or evening sky, however you interpret that. Probably the morning sky if you're the fool at the start of the journey. This, as you scan from left to right, it's just an open, vast sky with the zero at the center, and then the sun blazing above, evocative of card 19, the sun, right? As the fool becomes more aware through the wheel of reincarnation. Scanning left to right again, we see the fool, head held high towards the heavens, like I do when I invoke the adoration of Abraxas. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe. He's got a nice red plume on his hat, right? A very dandy bit of a fob. A fob. Is it a fob or a fob? Fob. A grandiose fob of a man. He's got his vagabond's wand with a satchel. I got to get my reading glasses out to have a close look at that satchel. A leather satchel at the end of his traveler stick with I'm not sure what's emblazoned on that satchel. Maybe grapes, but in the satchel are the four tools of the magician. He doesn't even know that. Maybe he does. I would imagine that he does. He knows he's the magician in training, right? As we scan left to right again, we see the slender, masculine throat of the magician, golden blonde hair under his uh, Freudian cap, no, Freudian, Fabian, Phoenician. He's wearing some kind of cap. And then off on his left hand, I would imagine, is a white flower, possibly a white rose, although I've heard some say it's a lily. There are floral print on his garment, which are oranges and greens and yellows. As you move down, he's got a white undergarment and a golden tassel at the waist, cinching off the waist. You can see that he's at the edge of a precipice. In the background are snowy covered mountain range. So he's probably in the foothills, or he might be in the high mountains. But I would believe that he has come down from the mountains or is going up into the mountains. Again, it's your decision. Are you going up the mountains or coming down from the mountains? There's a little dog at his side, also with the same type of elation of becoming aware of things. Looks like they're both about to walk off the edge of a cliff. However, that's just one interpretation. There may or may not be a temple down beneath that cliff. They may just be poised, enjoying the wonderful mountain air. Could be any number of things going on there. The dog's tail is up. He looks happy. Cute little dog in the foreground. The fool himself in the midground dominates at the central portion of the painting. And then again the mountains and sky with the sun in the back. At the bottom is written the fool, and it looks like a Times New Roman or some type of serif font. And there is in fact a period after the word the fool. I don't necessarily know if the punctuation was necessary or not. It says that the copyright for this one is 2009 from US Games. So I guess this specific one was printed in 2009. However, keep in mind that the original Rider White Smith Tarot was printed in 1910, and it was issued along with a companion book called The Pictorial Key to the Tarot. So that gives us a little bit of the background and origin of this particular deck. A wonderful thing to have a nice tarot deck and to contemplate the origin of the tarot cards that you hold in your hand. It gives you that direct, visceral connection back to those old late 19th century, early 20th century mystics of the new Aeon of Horus. I visited the Museum of London, the big one, recently. I think it was last year or the year before with my son. I had an opportunity to visit like the original bookstore of the Golden Dawn right there on um what was the boulevard called right there at like Museum Way or something? Yeah, Museum Street in London. My son really likes London, but the bookstore is called the Atlantis Bookstore. And it was like the old haunt where Crowley and McGregor Mathers and Westcott and Wyatt would meet up and formed the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. So you can find them at www.theatlantisbookshop.com. And I just wandered in there by chance. I didn't even know, but they said that they're the living history of magic since 1922. So these guys, these old world mystics, well, not even old world really, right? They're almost our contemporaries. Just 100 years ago, they were meeting up in that bookstore to drink forbidden elixirs and tonics and talk about goetic demons rising up from the pits of hell and binding them to usher in a new Aeon. Very cool to think about. Even cooler to be there. London really is a magical place. If you haven't visited before, you should definitely should be on your bucket list before you check out from the prime material plane. The reason I had never been there is because I am a West Coast boy from Los Angeles, California, the city of angels. And growing up in California, you're kind of taught that that's the cream of the crop. That's the cutting edge of societal evolution. And if you're born and raised in California, you're taught to believe that you're at the pinnacle of human evolution, and you really needn't look anywhere else. That you're there, you've arrived, you're the achieved fool. So, as I said a moment ago, the fool can act as bookends to the major arcana. And when it's at the end of the major arcana, at the end of the fool's journey after the world, then you are the achieved fool. You know everything and have mastered every magical technique, but in exchange for that, you've given up your immortality. So you're still immortal, but you no longer know it because the journey's coming to an end. But once again, Finnegan, rinse and repeat. It's all going to um, reboot at a new level and what they're calling the Great Reset, right? Which is the start and stop of everyone's journey. Well, Wayfarer, I wish you well, and I hope that along your magical pathway, your pathway of magic, that you discover plenty of things of interest, and maybe you'll share some of my interests, and you can join in the 100-day challenge. It's well underway for me. Like I said, I'm moving into week 3 at this point. But wherever you are on your magical journey and whenever you may be receiving this transmission, you're welcome, Wayfarer, and a wonderful, warm welcome to you to join me in the abodes of the future. Keep doing good magic. Until next time, everyone, make sure that you check out the course syllabus over at www.buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. And it's everything on there is for free, but you can put a little something something in the tip jar if you like. That will make you a lifetime member to my coffee page, which there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff over there, but nothing's behind a paywall, guys. Everything is free to enjoy, and I enjoy being with you. Right? It's a lovely neighborhood, and wouldn't you like to be my neighbor too? All right. Good stuff. Energy of Bob Ross. And who was the guy that did Friendly Neighborhood? I forgot that guy's name. But anyway, he was good fun. I love y'all, good looking, sexy people. And until next time, I will see you in the abodes of the future at Astra Prospera. Keep on keeping on.